to see?
A music video coming out.
So, hey, what's up?
Hi, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good, I'm good, thank you.
That's good. I appreciate you for taking time on being on my show.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely. I'm excited.
Definitely. So, for the people on my platform that don't know, can you tell them a little bit about what you do in your brand?
Yeah, I am a director and writer. I'm also been getting into acting, but primarily I direct music videos, short films, and I write short films, but also feature films, TV show pilots, just living in LA and trying to break into the industry, essentially in terms of like narrative work.
Right. You try to go big with it, right?
Yeah, of course, everybody is.
Right. So, being a film director and you're out in LA, like, how's that scene go out there, like the business?
I mean, it really kind of just depends on like where you put yourself, to be honest. Like it it really like there's no one way to make anything happen. You kind of have to take every opportunity as an open door and follow it until the door closes. And it really is about like putting your name out there, meeting people, networking when you can, but also having fun, not just being all like work, work, work. And it's also about like the scene you create because it's LA, so there's so many filmmakers here. So I think the best thing to do is to like create your own film scene with your friends and like people who you worked with on sets and make sure that you're like helping each other on each other's projects and boosting each other up any way you can.
Right. Yeah, that's dope. So, what inspired you to want to be a film director?
I think it was watching old movies when I was like a little girl. I watched a lot of like 1940s big Hollywood movies. Um, and I think I was watching these like big epic films that have like big shots and like it's like a wide of like a desert and there's like horses, like really big production value at that time. Those were the films I was watching. And I think it was just so exciting to see all the beautiful colors and the variety of characters and the stories. Um, and then most of my like growing up like a teenager, I wanted to be an actor primarily. I didn't really want to direct or write or anything like that. But then I was writing all the time though, so it just kind of made sense. And then once I got to school, I went to film school, but I didn't really know exactly where I wanted to be. And then I took a directing class, and I was like, oh, this is for sure what I want to be doing for the rest of my life. Like this is it.
Yeah, that's dope. As far as your brand, is it just you or you got a team?
I mean, yeah, I definitely have a team. My partner, he and I just released a short film that's doing really well. It was pretty much just he and I making that happen. And I have like a group of actors and friends who I work with often. Actors who I know I want them to be in shows that I'm writing, but we can't make them yet. But working with them, sending scripts here and there. I also have some like DPs that I like to work with frequently. But to be honest, usually I shoot my own stuff because that just turns out to be more efficient, like financially, for me to just shoot whatever I'm working on. And I also really enjoy shooting. It's nice to be like in control of that creative aspect of the film and telling the story visually.
Right. Is there any projects or movies that's out now, like on YouTube or anything that you worked on?
Yeah, definitely. There's a music video I just did called "Choose Freedom" with this amazing artist Atul, and then there's another one we're shooting. We were shooting on Sunday for another music video of his for like a dance anthem that he did. That's super fun, really catchy. All my work is on my website. I have a short film that's actually it's still in festivals, like running the festival circuit, so we don't have it out to see the whole thing, but you can like watch a trailer of that. And also most of my work is on my Instagram as well.
Okay. No. What's one thing that you haven't done yet that you want to do? What,
Sell a TV show. That's what I want to do for sure. I'm pitching. like two TV shows right now, kind of like I have the pilot written and like a little bit of a team on board and the Bible and treatment and everything. And I really would love to sell a show and, either sell it in a way where it gets picked up by a different production company, they buy it and they create it, or in a way where we get like private equity and then we're able to shoot it, with our own team. Just either way, I just want to get that, going for, of course, like shooting music videos and short films for like festivals and like Vimeo and YouTube and stuff is amazing. But having something on a platform that's like a streaming platform is like the goal.
Yeah, that'll be fire.
Yeah.
Some advice you could give to like a person that wants to become a film director.
I think the biggest thing, I mean, I honestly feel kind of like I still want advice on it, but from what I can give is like don't compromise on your vision ever. Because if it's a good vision, then you'll see it and you'll be so grateful that you didn't compromise and that you saw what was yours and now you get to see it out there. If it turns out to be, not so great, you'll also know that. And like maybe you'll remember the advice that was given to you that you like didn't take on, but now you made something that kind of flopped, but at least it was yours. Like that's kind of like the biggest thing is like just stick to what you want to do. Like if you want to be a filmmaker and you want your vision to expand onto the screen, like make it yours. And like my next bit of advice is kind of contradictory to that, but it's like take help when you can, ask for advice, take advice. Um, because I think there's like a fine line of making sure the vision stays true to what you want it to be, but also learning, like recognizing you don't know everything and something else that's like a different idea from somebody else might be better. But I think when you know what you're doing in terms of like what you want it to, what you want to see, you definitely know the difference between sacrificing your vision because somebody else wants to do this instead, or being like, you know what, that's good advice. I'm going to do that instead. Um, and also, like, don't be afraid to fail ever. Like, you probably will. Things are going to go wrong. And I kind of like factor it in. Like, not everything will go the way you want it to, but be ready to be surprised when it does go well. Because in filmmaking, no matter what happens, you're going to find magic. Like, there's always going to be little moments that you didn't think you would shoot. Um, yeah, and also like let the project itself be your collaborator. Like, because if you're like me and you like write, shoot, and edit the whole thing, you're with the project a lot. You're with it from its inception to it being completed, and there's a certain point where you have to think of the film itself as like its own person in a way where like it has things it wants to say and you have to let those things come out throughout the shooting, the editing, whatever it is.
Right. So good advice.
Thanks.
If you had a chance to like work on a big movie with two big actors, who would it be?
Ooh. Hmm. Jared Leto
Okay.
and Angelina Jolie.
Okay.
I think that would be so fun. I grew up seeing both of them and being so impressed by the range of their work. I don't think Angelina Jolie has that much of a range to her work, to be perfectly honest. But how cool would it be to be the director who brought it out of her? You know what I mean?
So what's a couple of new things that your fans and the people could expect to see?
A music video coming out. It's really sweet. It's about a couple who they just broke up and then they see each other again after the breakup and kind of like reconcile what happened through dance. They don't get back together, but they just kind of like have the last fight, like hash it out there. Um, that music video is called "Dance with the Moonlight." It's by Tool, and the two actors are Markeisha Chatfield and Devon.
Okay.
Salamander. I do not know his last name. And then also Angles of a Man, which is a film I created with Larson Dean. That one is going to be available soon. It's been in the festivals for a while, so we can't show it. But that one, it's about it's a it's like a visual poetry piece about the effects of toxic masculinity on men, and like an invitation to embrace the softness of childhood. Also, another short film I'm working on, also with Larson, called The Landmark, which is about like two Oregon Trail survivors who get lost and have to like find their way to safety, basically. And it's kind of like a little comedy. It's a short film as well. Those are some things coming up.
Dope, dope. Well, I don't want to take too much of your time. I really appreciate you for being on my show.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much. This was awesome.
Definitely. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you too. Bye.
All right, take care.